Right, so now that fuel sender's all in, it's a big moment now. This hasn't started in 7 years. It's going to take a bit of cranking to get the fuel to the engine, but I'm quite confident it's going to start now. Right, I'm going to give it a little crank, see what it does.
Go on.
You ready?
Go on.
Oh,
whoa.
Little fire.
Little fire.
She's gonna go.
Do it again. Right guys, so today's a big day. Today we're going to try and start this 30-year-old Range Rover.
So it hasn't run for 7 years. Matt bought it as a project car and it got parked up in bits. And it's not cranked since, so today we're going to try and get the fuel system on that's no longer on the car and put some petrol in, service it and try and get it going.
So it's a 3.9 V8 on a K-Reg. So we'll show you what it looks like under the bonnet. Rather crusty. Could do with a nice clean and
a lovely detail on that.
A lovely detail that'd go down well on this thing. But yeah, we'll give it a service, new spark plugs, get some fuel lines on it, get some petrol in it.
So there's things like this that are not going to make it run right, but it still should run to a certain extent.
Still should turn over and fire.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which is the main.
Yeah, even if it runs and runs lumpy, we'll still be happy.
Yeah.
There's a torch there.
Oh yeah, there's the torch. I wonder where that went.
But yeah, let's get it in the workshop and get cracking.
It's rocking it to sleep and that.
Yeah.
Right, so we've just lifted the car off, got ourselves a nice height for the car being in the air, just so there's plenty of room for us lifting the tank up. We're going to get that strap on. Going to get your strap on? You can't do that.
Go on.
We're going to get this strap on the top of the chassis there. And we'll lift the tank up and get the belly tray one on. So while we're at where we're at now, I'll just show you some good shots of where we actually did get up to with obviously all the de-rusting and stone guarding. So we've got all the back end, so from the rear of the car, literally all the way up to where you can just see the diff there. All that stone guarded painted up, so we've got everything nice silver and black paint. So this is looking a lot cleaner compared to when we first brought the car in. Well, a hell of a lot really. It does look like a new truck under there compared to...
Show them this corner.
This is the next sickening bit we're going to have to deal with. So we've got loads of rust holes, and then there's like to this bit, you sort of cut somewhat of a hole out and just done the inside and then just left the outside.
To collect water?
Yeah, basically just going to collect water and just rot even faster than it did in the first place. But all that's a future video. The job for today, get this tank on, get the fuel lines in and try and get this beauty started.
Like some V8 noises, isn't there?
Yeah. So before we carry on with today's video, I'd like to say a massive thank you to OBD11 for sponsoring this video.
And guess what? Our Transformotion followers get an extra 10% off if they use code TVR at checkout.
So here it is, the OBD11 device. It's not just a gadget, it's your ticket to unlocking your car's full potential.
With official VAG and BMW Group licenses, it's a great bit of kit to have.
And it also supports Toyota and Lexus. So don't just think it's for certain brands. If your car's newer than 2008, OBD11's got your back.
Let's dive into some of the useful features that OBD11 has to offer. With OBD2 functionality, basic diagnostics, engine insights and gearbox tweaks, OBD11's got your back. Enough talk, let's see it in action.
So today we're going to be plugging our OBD11 reader into this 23 plate Audi A5. So once you've plugged your OBD reader into its OBD port, turn the ignition on and click connect. It'll just take a few minutes to connect to the car. So now that the phone's connected to the OBD11 reader, we're going to click tap scan and we can see if the car's got any faults with it. So it'll just take a couple of minutes to go through all the modules on the car and find out if it's got any faults. Right, so it's scanned and it's found 7 faults. So we can click on the 7 faults and see what it brings up. So it just says reductant level too low, and I think that's AdBlue that, but you can click the G and it'll take you to Google and it'll tell you what it is. So it says the reductant level's too low, which means it's low on AdBlue, and that's that one done. So just checking through some of the faults. Nothing too important, nothing that's going to stop his car running or put him in, like, make him break down. So next we're going to look at the apps of this car and see what modifications we can do. So now we know Tony likes to race his car and possibly do the odd track day. So next we're going to activate acceleration display, which puts a G meter on your display screen. So to do this, click on acceleration display, click change value, turn on, activate, done. So we can go off that and we can test this, find driver assist, sports displays, and you get your G meter come up, so it'll tell you when you're accelerating hard, when you're braking hard, when you're hard left or hard right, and it'll show you how many G's you're pulling. You can be pulling G's everywhere.
Yeah, big G's.
Fast G's. So not only does it diagnose, you can also customise functions as we've just shown. So we just want to say a massive thank you to OBD11 for sponsoring today's video.
And don't forget you can use code TVR at checkout for a cheeky little 10% off.
You can also click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on screen.
Yep. Right, so yesterday we just got the fuel lines on the tank and the sender unit in, just to make sure it's all fitting and that it's ready to go on. But our bolts are too long, so I'm just going to shorten a couple of bolts up to put the straps on, and then we can get the tank up and on. Thread straight on like that.
Right guys, next thing to do is get the tank, put her up there. Can't see much to be honest. Just keep it there. Get your finger in that now.
Need to push the tank forward a bit. Yeah, I mean, so can you keep it pushed by that bracket? That's it. Yep, here we go. A little bit of a struggle, but she's on. First time the tank's been on in 7 years. Making progress, lad.
Yeah, progress. So we had to take a guess yesterday really on how long these pipes were, so we just guessed 4 metres from tank to engine. There's no point in pulling that tight because I need to put it where I need to put it. So we're just going to make sure they do actually fit now that we've got them to the point of where they need to be.
And I think it's going to be quite tight. After it's been routed, that needs to be up engine height. It's looking like it's going to be quite tight. We might have, what's the nice way to say f***ed up?
Underestimated it.
Yeah, underestimated it. But we'll only find out once it's all routed in the correct place. To be honest now, that's actually not looking that bad because that's going to go up there. That's right up. And if I go that way, it's shorter. So it's looking all right. I'm thinking it'll reach. Yeah, I'm going with it. It's reaching like.
This pipe will just shorten to here, so this filter goes here.
So here's our new fuel filter, but there's no bracket to mount it to the chassis, so I think we're going to have to make something. So that'll go on the chassis there, but we just need to make a bracket for that to fit.
So now we're going to manufacture a little bracket for the fuel filter to sit in. So we managed to find a piece of 100mm by 50mm box section, so we're going to chop that up and try and manufacture a bracket out of it.
Watch your eyes. I'll put your squints on one of the two.
I've always got my squints on.
I'll try and find some rubber as well.
So that looks about right. Next thing to do is bag up these sharp edges that we cut out with the grinder, and we'll make somewhat of a strap to hold the filter into the bracket. So the next thing to do is make it into a half circle. To do this, I'm going to bend it round the offcut we cut out the bracket, and then we'll know it's the right shape to sit round the filter. So there's just a few more bits to do here. We're going to drill a few holes, weld some nuts on the inside of the bracket so we can just thread the bolt straight in. Then we're going to cut some rubber to the shape of the bracket, so when the filter's sat in it, the metal can't rub through the filter. And then finally, we'll paint it in the same paint we used for under the truck, so it ties in really nice, and we'll be good to go. Because the black paint we used there is what we used on the calipers and the bars and stuff. Yeah. Suspension arms. So now the paint's all dry, we'll drill a couple of mounting holes in the chassis and we'll bolt it on. Then we can connect up the fuel lines, attach them to the tank, and we'll be that little bit closer to getting this girl started.
6 foot house is that one?
1901. What? Right guys, so while we were filming, we actually just hit 19,000 subscribers, so I just want to say a massive thanks to everyone who's subscribed, liked and commented on our channel. So now that we've got the fuel filter bracket made and bolted to the car, that sort of completes the whole fuel line system from the tank to the engine. So now that we've done everything that we know of to get fuel from the tank to the engine, the engine should be able to crank over soon. So now we've just got 2 things to do before starting this Range Rover. Chuck a battery on and give it a service. And by service we mean oil, oil filter, air filter and spark plugs, and she should be good to go.
Now that the oil's in, we're going to give it a crank and see if it'll start.
Time to see if it starts.
Right, should we just give it a little crank and see what it does?
Come on. No starty.
Press the accelerator, it went down and stayed down. Just give it one more. Nil point.
No way, he say.
Right, got it cranking. That's a start. It's definitely something to do with fuel pump. Let's test the spark, see what's sparking.
Put your finger in the end of there, Scott.
Let's go.
Good, that'd be good for camera.
Oh yeah, I think people laugh that. See, it's put it on your tongue. You ready?
Go on. Yeah. Big spark there.
Yeah, healthy that there.
Yeah,
Right.
it was.
So,
There's defo air, there's defo spark. So the only other things is fuel, isn't it?
compression and timing. But it sounds alright timing wise. It's definitely fuel. Like you say, it's had the fuel system off and that sounds to me like it's not priming at all.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's the pump.
I'll go with that, like.
Yeah. Right, okay. We're going to put this to a live now and see if this fuel pump works. And if it does, we know we've got a good fuel pump that we can use. But we're just want to test this anyway. See if we've got a good pump. You ready? Aim that away from my face.
Which?
That thing. Red's going to be live.
Yeah, I'd love it.
There you go. You on there?
You see that though? Yeah. So that pump works.
So we have got a working pump if needed.
Yeah. Right guys, so after that unsuccessful first attempt to start in this Range Rover, we've come to the conclusion that the fuel sender's knackered. So we've ordered a new one and we're going to call it a day there. Right guys, it's the next day. Our new fuel sender's turned up, but just before we get on to fitting that, Matt's turned up for an update on his Range Rover.
Well, we're here. Let's go and have a look.
Alright, man.
How you doing?
Not so bad. You?
Yeah, good.
Come to have an inspection.
I have. I was hoping I could drive it away today.
No chance of that.
You, mate.
Oh yeah, there's no chance of that.
Where are you up to with it?
You may as well come and look at the back end if you want to see the improvements.
I have been watching the videos, so...
Obviously all the new discs, new calipers, new pads, new pins, new backing plates, shocks, springs.
New springs, yeah.
It's had a new ball joint on here because the rubber was gone.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was an absolute nightmare to get off, wasn't
it
it?
was.
Was it?
Stuck
I was
that.
smashing at it for ages
Right.
and ages.
New D-bushes, new fuel lines, obviously tidied the tank up and that.
Yeah.
I know what you mean by that. When you said, when we were looking at it in Wendy's, you said about the axle. Obviously as we started taking it apart, we realised,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? What?
I remember the previous mechanic telling me something about it, I just couldn't remember. It's been years since he said what the issue
It just
was.
slowly started falling apart.
Yeah,
Little
it
by
was.
little, didn't it?
Yeah.
The more you touched, the more it fell off.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, it was audible.
But that's in decent nick, is it?
Oh yeah, it's lovely.
So the last bit we've done on it, we've chucked the tank on.
Okay, yeah.
We've managed to get the...
Is that the original tank?
Yeah, it's the one that come in it.
Is it?
We've refurbed this.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Because obviously they were just rusty. That piece up there was, what did we get that, 15 quid?
15 quid.
That
was
missing, wasn't it?
700 quid for a new one online.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, we had half of it. Someone had just chopped it there with a rip saw.
I don't know why.
I don't know why
yeah,
you'd do that.
so
I mean,
if supplied you the tank.
if they'd have known how much they were, they wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't imagine.
No. So this is where we're up to, roughly, yeah.
Yeah.
Apart from brake lines on the back, I think we're fairly much done underneath at the back.
Okay. I can't believe... I know you keep saying that it's not like a full restoration, but it does look really good.
Yeah. Are we going to get an MOT for you so you can drive it away?
No, you may as well do it here so I can drive it.
Yeah.
Ours is
So I can drive it back.
Yeah. Okay.
That'll be a fun drive back, because I've never driven it.
Haven't you?
No.
Oh, no, well, that's saying
No.
that you wouldn't, would you?
It was
done
running,
took
but
apart,
I've never
didn't
driven it. I've only pulled it forward and backwards, you know what I mean? I've never really been anywhere in it.
Oh, that'd be nice then.
It'd be nice to get it running. I can't wait for the crackle. But hopefully today it'll be running.
Driving back to Stockport, I might get you to drive in front of your trailer just in case.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
They have little feet there.
So we bought this as well.
Oh yeah, right.
That's
okay.
the fuel pump. It's obviously not working on this. I think it's seized, to be honest.
Yeah.
So hopefully today
How
we'll
much was
fit
that?
that. It was 70
Wasn't
quid.
lot.
Oh, okay. So as you move forward, then what's next? The sill still.
Yeah. Well, underneath, we've obviously got a. This is the problem area here.
Yeah.
That body mount's bad, isn't it? Remember? And then we've still got a hole into there, into the driver's footwell.
Oh yeah, right.
That's the problem area, that corner.
Right.
Just there. And once we're past that, I think.
Plain sailing. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
But once we're past that bit,
Yeah.
and the rest's stone chipped, we refurb the front axle.
Yeah.
We're onto a
So
winner
that'll look
there.
as good as the back then, most
Oh, yeah.
basically. So today you're hoping to get it running.
Yeah. Be nice to get it
Touch
running.
wood.
It sounds good.
Does it?
Sounds
Well,
good.
it will.
All
There's got no
3.9
exhaust
V8.
on now.
Yeah, with the exhaust off as well, so it'll sound better.
I'll hear it from Stockport then.
Yeah,
won't
it's
it?
going to wake some neighbours up.
Right, well, thanks for the update then.
Yeah.
Wish you all the best with it.
You're welcome.
Nice one, Bob and Dad.
Right, I'll see you in a few weeks' time then.
Yeah. sound.
See you in a bit.
Mate. See you later, Dad. Right, so we've just updated Matt, and the next thing for us to do is to try and get this Range Rover started.
And if she starts, we'll FaceTime Matt and show her. Right, so let's get in the tank.
Right guys, so now that Matt's been and gone, he's happy with the progress on the Range Rover. So we're going to crack on with getting this new fuel sender in, and then it'll finally be time to get this 30-year-old Range Rover cranked over for the first time in 7 years. So to get this fuel sender in the tank, it's simply just drop it in with the rubber seal, tighten up the big red nut, connect your electrical connection, and make sure you get your flow and return fuel pipes on the right way, and that's job done.
There she is, hold on. Right, so now that fuel sender's all in, it's a big moment now. This hasn't started in 7 years. It's going to take a bit of cranking to get the fuel to the engine, but I'm quite confident it's going to start now. You reckon?
You seem more confident than me, like. I mean, it should do, it's sparking and it's got juice. Well,
Yeah.
it will have juice.
Sounds like it's got compression. The fuel pump's now working and it's sparking. The only thing we don't know is injectors, but we're going to find this out now anyway. Get ready with a fire extinguisher or something. Listen,
Right.
listen to this now. We'll give it a little, a couple of turns first. Fuel pump noises.
Is that it filling up with petrol?
I think so. Right, I'm going to give it a little crank, see what it does.
Go on,
You ready?
go on.
Oh,
Whoa.
little fire.
Little fire.
Not like fire, but you
No,
know.
I mean like start you up fire. Go on,
She's
do it
gonna
again.
go.
Do it again. Beast. Sounds sick, doesn't it?
That's loud, that.
Yeah.
It needs the silencers on.
Yeah. That's proper choppery, done it? That's boss that.
Yes, man.
That's what you want.
As soon as you touch the accelerator, it stops though.
Unbelievable that.
FaceTime, Matt. Right, no, there. I'm gonna have to turn it off so I can hear you. Hang on. Right, that's it running with no exhaust on.
Have you got it running though, have you?
Yeah. Listen, yeah. Ready? Right there. It's not running the best, but it's running. That fuel pump sorted it?
So is that, right, okay. So it's loud because there's no exhaust on?
Yeah. We're going to leave it like that for you. We're going to put a big boy exhaust on it.
Big fat cherry bomb.
Straight through.
I meant to say that, you do some lights under it, couldn't you really?
What? Yeah, some neons. We're going to put some neons on it, a big bore exhaust. We're going to decat it.
Is it idling alright still?
No.
Don't worry about that, yeah.
Not yet, but to be honest, these, what fucking size of that bastard there?
Oh,
look at him. You see that? Fucking Jesus Christ.
Jono's neck of the woods, that.
Yeah, so it's not either of them great, but that is literally the first crank. There might be breathers off, like, or anything. Yeah. These are known for fucking up a little bit. Might even be the fact that that's not earthed or anything.
They're known for what?
Going faulty. That's what I meant. What's that?
What was that you just pointed to then?
That's the, is it the airflow meter?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, okay.
That's where Aragog lives.
Right.
So he's getting turfed.
Well, that's good news, isn't it?
But yeah, started up like as soon as I got petrol to the engine, started.
Yeah, first crank. Right.
Yeah, pretty much first go.
Yeah. So. All right, mate. Just thought we'd give you an update.
Right. Well done. Yeah. Right. Cheers, lads.
No worries. See you in a bit, mate. Ta-ra.
Bye.
What's that?
He's fucking massive, him.
Yeah.
He's been sat there for years and going, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. What's that noise? Ready? Go. Yeah, I was just about to do that, you know.
What?
Fucking drummer. It's enough noise.
I want a V8, me.
Sick, aren't they?
Boss, aren't they?
It's obviously not running ideally. Like, tapping that throttle, you can build the revs up.
Yeah.
It runs alright. It's obviously, could be, like you say, the airflow a bit dodgy because it's been sat for so long. Could be a bit of wire that's off that we don't know about. So,
yeah.
I mean,
she starts.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
That's a big thing.
That's a big thing, like, considering it's not ran at all.
Yeah, doesn't knock, doesn't make any dodgy noises. It's just not running right yet, which is no biggie. Like you say, it could be the injectors still.
But that is a huge win.
Oh yeah, win all day.
Yeah, it's a big milestone that.
Yeah.
She runs now. So, start hunting down why it's running a bit crap. But other than that, she runs. I'm happy with that. What? Right, so there we go. We got it running. We're all made up, you know, for 7 years, and it's starting up virtually first go.
Yeah, pretty much.
It sounds sweet, the engine, when it's running. There's no knocks, no bangs. We just need to sort the rough idling out, and it's not revving so well. So, but we don't know what's been done with it in the past. We've changed the spark plugs. We haven't done the leads. To be honest, it could even be corroded dizzy.
Yeah, it could.
So we'll replace that as well. We'll get leads. We'll get a new dizzy. Probably a new coil, and we'll replace all them, and then we'll see where we're at. But for now, I think that's a wrap, innit?
Yeah,
we've got it going. That was the aim. I'm pleased with that.
So that's what a 1993 V8 Range Rover with no exhaust, and that's what that sounds like.
First startup in 7 years.
Yeah. What do you all reckon to the noise of it like?
That sounds naughty.
Oh yeah.
To be honest, the engine sounds sweet, as in running wise. There's no knocks or nothing like that. I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
You buzzing?
I'm buzzing.
Yeah. We're made up with that.
Big thing for it to, like, you know, start, because that could have been a hell of a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
It was, you know what I mean? It was literally a fuel sender.
We could have started that and it might have just started knocking. You know what I mean?
Could have been bad.
And we'd have been into engine building as well then.
Yeah.
But that engine sounds sweet there.
Yeah.
We've done an oil change already, which you've seen. Put plugs in it, but we haven't done the leads, dizzy, the electric side of things. So, yeah. We'll order them. We'll get back to you in the next video.
Right, so if you enjoyed today's video, please like, subscribe and leave us a comment on what you think about this Range Rover.
And you can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok.
And that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching.